Well, the soaring food prices is a problem being experienced across the East African region. Let's explore it a bit more now. Joining me from Nairobi is Anne Mbabu. She's the head of marketing for the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa. And we've just heard about how bad the situation is in Kenya. We know it's a region-wide problem. Paint us a picture.
Thank you. The food crisis in Africa is actually the worst we have had for a long time. And most of it is coming from climate change. We have had droughts that have carried on from one season to the other. This actually has reduced the farmers' capacity to bounce back, and their resilience has gone down. In addition to droughts, we have been having these pests and diseases. We had maize lethal necrosis about a year and a half ago, and just when we were coming out of that, now we are facing the fall armyworm invasion, and this has again destroyed whatever crop was growing. So despite the rains coming, in some areas it's a bit too late. So the situation is actually not improving, but we hope with the new rains, things might be able to take a good turn for the better in the coming months.
Okay, and we've seen the Kenyan government has submitted a new supplementary budget to Parliament today. But what more can other governments in the region, in say Uganda, Tanzania, Somalia, Ethiopia, do to reduce the effects of soaring food prices?
I think in addition to weather, we have also in a country like Somalia, we have civil strife. People are being displaced internally and as refugees, and internally displaced people. That is an area where the governments can do something. On the other hand, I think we need to open our borders so that we can be able to trade. Food should be able to move from surplus areas to the deficit areas without a lot of bottlenecks. Policy issues where you get import or export bans, and this is also reducing the level of trade between countries. All this is adding up into food insecurity.
Okay, and I mean, this problem, I mean, whether you want to call it drought, food shortage, it's cyclical across East and West parts of West Africa. Why don't we ever seem prepared to tackle it?
We need better planning. Better preparedness. I think we have now better weather forecasts. We should be able to have food reserves, and at the same time help farmers to be able to bounce back, give them seed varieties that are drought resistant, something like that AGRA has been working on drought resistant maize and beans that are tolerant to drought. These are some of the resilience measures that governments can take to help farmers be able to withstand these shocks and be able to bounce back.
Okay,
help them to build their asset base.
Unfortunately, we have to leave it there. Anne Mbabu speaking to us live there. She works with AGRA in